I first spoke to you maybe about, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, when you had your bout with Delvin Rodriguez. Canelo was already on your mind. He was someone you already wanted to face. Talk to me now. Your journey, I guess, to get to Canelo and how it's been for you to get to this point right now.
You know, I just have to thank God for the opportunities that have led up to this and for this opportunity as well. You know, we felt like Canelo was a champion as well. And for me, being a champion, the only thing to do is moving forward would be to unify. Now, at the time when I talked to you and was fighting Delvin, I just wanted to make a name for myself. And, the best and the quickest way to do that was to fight another champion and to fight a superstar like Canelo. But now, my name has gone a bit, a lot more, what's the word? I wouldn't say, but yeah, prominent. Now I got the Canelo fight, it just kind of worked out for the best. And it's kind of showing me that God has big plans for me.
You go and you beat Miguel Cotto, which is a huge win. And now you get Canelo, and if you get past Canelo, it's like it keeps getting better and better for you. I want to say maybe like 2-3 years ago, names like this weren't gonna be passed around to you, but now they are being passed around to you. How does that feel? I feel like your whole life has completely changed since that Cotto win.
Oh, definitely. It's been definitely a blessing. It's been a great ride. The names, we wanted just to make a name for ourselves. We had the belt, but we didn't have a name. And all I wanted was to prove my worth. And, thank God Cotto took that fight and they gave me the opportunity to prove my worth. And, again, thank God Canelo's taking this fight and allowing me to prove my worth again. I want to be considered one of the best. And the only way to do that is by fighting the best.
Looking at this fight, are you surprised that Canelo was so willing to go ahead and fight you? Did that catch you off guard?
Yeah, it did a bit, but I know he had a lot of pressure coming from the fans. So, I have to thank you fans for making your wishes known and calling out, everybody's bluff. Because really, if he ended up fighting somebody else, if he fought Cotto again, that would have been a cheap shot.
Mm-hmm.
So the fans, I think, made the pressure, and especially the fans in Mexico, put the pressure on him and made him call me out or put his foot down to make De La Hoya make the fight. Because we all know Schaefer and De La Hoya did not want to make this fight. They still don't.
Mm-hmm. Looking at Canelo and how you were saying, fans were pressuring him. Fans were pressuring him to tell him, fight a real contender, a real top 10 in your division. And many felt that Canelo was more or less given the WBC title. Did you feel that way, that he was given that title?
Well, I think the WBC title would have been more appropriate if it was in the welterweight or junior welterweight division the way he wanted. But, tomato, tomato. That's neither here or there. He got the belt. I want the belt. You could say that they gave me the title with his brother. Because, his brother wasn't is definitely not as good as he is or on a world champion level. But his brother did have a good record and was a big, strong guy. And he was also in my weight class. Well, he was really a middleweight coming down. So, what they say doesn't really matter now. If he was given the belt, if he had to work hard for it, it doesn't matter because he's got to work hard April 20th. Mm-hmm. And he's got the belt now, so he needs to go ahead and defend it. Or let me just take it.
Now, let me know about your training camp. How's it all been coming along? What, if anything at all, are you doing anything new to prepare for Canelo? Any new things in camp that you haven't done before?
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're keeping the formula the same. Of course, he's a more intense fighter than we've ever faced. So our intensity in camp is just matching the intensity we have to put in the ring. But, we're keeping the formula the same. We went to Ruidoso, New Mexico, which is a mountain town in New Mexico for the Cotto fight. We're doing the same thing again. Keeping our camp in New Mexico. We got some good sparring partners. My strength and conditioning coach, Shakri Shabazz, is putting in that work to make me a beast. So, we're going to be real ready come April 20th.
Looking at Canelo as an opponent and looking at the type of style that he brings to a fight, and you go into the Alamo Dome in Texas as well, scores sometimes are a little off in Texas as well. Are you worried at all going to the scorecards against, a Canelo Alvarez at the Alamo Dome, with a majority of the people there cheering for him and maybe swaying the judge's decision?
No, not at all. What we are going to do is, make sure that we have a decisive decision if it goes that far.
Mm-hmm.
And after I do my job, if it goes to the judges, that's all in God's hands. I can't spend any worrying about that.
Looking at him as an opponent as well, is there something about Canelo that has you not a bit worried, but something you've never seen before in an opponent?
No, I fought his style my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
He's explosive. He does throw good combinations when his feet are set. But I've seen it many times before. Now I'm not saying that I fought somebody as good as him, but I grew up in New Mexico, so his style of fight is something I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he's never fought anybody with my style.
Mm-hmm. Looking at him and Cotto, would you say that Saul Alvarez is similar style to Cotto, just a little bit younger, a little bit quicker, a little bit more explosive?
Yeah, they fight very similar.
Yeah.
They both, love that left hook. They both throw, good combinations inside. The thing is, like you said, he's faster, younger, and stronger than Cotto. But I think Cotto's footwork is better than his. So,
mm-hmm.
You give and take a little bit on both sides.
And yeah, that's I guess a big thing that people have mentioned about Canelo, that he is a combination puncher, but when he throws his punches, he stays in one spot. He's a little flat-footed, and his defense is a little shaky sometimes. He tends to get hit.
And he hasn't been hit by a real junior middleweight.
Mm-hmm.
So just like I told him with Cotto, they might think he's a stronger man, but I don't believe it. I think I'll be a stronger man in there. I've been fighting middleweights and junior middleweights my whole career, amateur and professional. And I'm just gonna prove it come April 20th.
What's the feeling you have now coming into this fight? How are you mentally, and just is it a feeling where you just can't wait to get in the ring? Is it an overwhelming feeling like that? And do you feel that this is destiny for you?
I do feel like it's destiny. I don't believe that God put me in this position, out of nowhere, coming from the left field for nothing. My path has led me to this place, and, I've taken a road that most people wouldn't have taken. Most people wouldn't have came out successful. I do feel like it is destiny, and you can't mess with destiny. I'm very confident, very excited. I'm very excited to come to this fight. This is a fight that needs to happen. Two undefeated champions, coming at it with all on the line. It's good for boxing. It's good for us.
Was there ever a point in your career where you felt that maybe you weren't going to get this type of opportunity?
Yeah, there was a couple times, I felt like it wasn't going to happen. No, I didn't feel like it wasn't going to happen. I felt like that I was going to have to, do backflips to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, I'm going to have to go back on the road to beat up, whoever I have to fight, to keep picking at the list of names to get to where I need to be. So I never thought that it would never happen. I just thought that it wasn't going to happen so quickly.
Yeah. Looking at Saul Alvarez as well, do you feel that with each fight he's gotten better, in your opinion?
Yes, I do. I think he's definitely improved. He's fallen into his own. I think he's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
He's young. He's 22. But he also has 40 fights. So there should be no excuse about he had no amateur back. This, and the third. They gave him a belt. If you're gonna be a champion, you should fight the best, in my opinion. And as a champion, I want to lead by example. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm trying to do here.
Now, talk to me a little bit about your diet. How's your body feeling at this weight class? Are you growing with every fight? Is the cut getting a little bit harder?
It's not easy to make weight, but I don't kill myself. I do it right. I stretch it along a period of time, and I make sure that I don't have to crash or cut. Real days. Now, the last few days before weigh-ins are the worst. As for anybody, I think. I feel like I am growing, which means I have to start dieting sooner.
Mm-hmm. You're not going and cutting 15 pounds the day of a weigh-in, though, right?
Definitely not.
Yeah, trust me, I know a lot of people that do that. They cut 15,
Yeah,
20
me too.
pounds.
I can't look at him. I'm like, yeah, killing yourself, man. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's bad. For you, the night of the fight, what's I guess the most important thing that you need to do in order to not let Saul get in his rhythm.
Execute the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have a good game plan. And if I execute it, it's gonna be a long night for him, or it'll be a short night for him. We'll see how long he can take it. But as long as I follow the game plan and don't, get into my macho mode, which I do, we'll be all right.
Okay, you mentioned two things there that kind of stuck out to me. You mentioned it could be a short night, so I'm thinking, do you already thinking that you could knock him out in the fight? And two, to add to that, you said sometimes you get a little bit macho. Is that a major concern? Do you feel that if he goes in there and trades with you, you're gonna want to trade with him because you're at the Alamo Dome, you're at such a big stage with so much at stake?
I feel like for example, in the Cotto fight, I end up getting that macho mode. I try to bang it out a little bit, and for 3 rounds, it wasn't going as well as I was until I got back to the game plan. I felt like I was stronger than him, and I just wanted to impose my strength on him instead of letting my game plan impose the strength on him. And like I said, I do that sometimes, but I do feel like I feel like I could hurt the kid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, they say I can't punch, but anybody that I fought with has been reluctant just to walk in, try to walk through the punches. That hasn't happened. They've tried it, but it hasn't been successful for him. So I know I could pop. And again, he's never, fought a real junior middleweight.
Yeah. And the other thing that people have trouble with you, it's they have a hard time hitting you.
I have good defense, I got good angles, and we're gonna use that. We're gonna use everything. We got bust out the whole shebang because he ain't no joke. We're not taking him lightly. I know I got to be on my A game. Means I need to be very versatile and diverse in my attack.
And just want to go ahead and wrap up the interview as well. Do you have any final words you want to say to Canelo and your fans out there?
Thank you, Canelo, for making this fight happen. This is a fight that needed to happen, and you're showing your real true champion grit. And for all the fans that are rocking with me or going against me, whatever, thank you for y'all making your opinions known. And really, that's why boxing's alive, because you could go in and go behind your fighter and passionately cheer for him. So without y'all, we wouldn't be nothing. So thank you. Y'all make us.
All right, Austin, as always, it's great talking to you. See you fight week, and we wish you the best of luck at the rest of your camp and the best of luck the night of your fight.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.